guys, it's Kat. So normally I'm behind the camera, but today Chuck is going to be unable to let you know what's going on in the weekly update, so it's my job. So I've got Reagan filming for me, and I'm just going to go through a couple things we've got going on in the store. So first off, if you look in this tank, you're going to see these little cups that we have lined along the back with various plants. Brian's been working really hard at this. We are actually going to start propagating plants here at the store. So we're going to grow these guys out to be big mother plants. That way we can start basically having more readily available to you instead of having to order stuff in when you want it. We try and have a great stock, but it's going to be really cool if we're going to be able to make sure that we're growing them here and getting them straight to you guys. So let's see what else we've got going on. All right, so keeping with the plant theme, we also got in some CO2 stuff this week. This is probably our favorite that we've ever carried. We're using it right now on one of our planted tanks, and it's working absolutely wonderfully. We got in a couple different size regulators. We did get in the paintball canisters, which is awesome. These guys work wonderfully with just the smaller of the regulators. We also get in a couple different sizes of the diffusers. The nice thing about these diffusers is that the bubbles are like super tiny. On a lot of CO2 systems that you see, the bubbles are going to be larger. We don't want that. We want them to be super little and tiny little micro bubbles. This delivers. We have a couple other accessories to go with it, but definitely if you're looking to get into CO2 and a high-tech planted system, this right here is a wonderful first start. All right, and once again, I'm just going to point out, we do have complete setups available now. So this one is a fully running cycled tank. You get your sump, you got your return pumps, your wave pumps, you get your lights. We're even going to give you a pair of clownfish. It's really cool. So this alone would cost you over $3,000, but we're going to give it to you for $27.89 out the door. Again, it is now live rock because it's been cycled water, all the substrate, everything that you need. So just keep that in mind. Christmas is coming. It's like a week away. Let's go look at some of the fish.
Hey everybody, this is Richard from Fishy Business. Kevin's feeling a little under the weather today, so I'm going to be doing your freshwater update. Okay everybody, sorry about the background noise. We're here in the oddball section and we are looking at Larry the lungfish. These guys come normally from the west coast of Africa in the Congo River Basin area. Some are found in southern Africa as well. Very cool individuals, very calm and sedate, love to eat small children and run with scissors. So anything that can fit in their mouth will probably end up there when they're slow enough to make it happen. Jonathan, could you not move and make loud noises while we're recording?
Loud noises!
Sorry, someone got to do it.
Okay everybody, these are some of my favorite fish of all times. This is Phoenicogrammus interruptus, also known as the CONGO TETRA. Apparently I see a pattern here. These guys are the largest I have seen available for sale. Normally these are only going to be in display tanks at this size. It's hard to reference right here, but I would call them almost 3.5, 4 inches long. Incredible coloration, open water swimmers, very cool individuals, colorful guys. And their roommates are the Pimadella pictus cats. These guys are always active, out and about, doing things. They too eat small children. Anytime you see anything with really long whiskers and a smile, somebody's gonna get eaten. It's just the way it is. These guys will get to be about 6 inches full grown. Real good bottom feeders and cleanup crew that don't hide all the time like normal catfish do. Okay guys, these are panda GARRAs. These are algae eaters from Southeast Asia. They'll end up getting much better color. These just arrived, so they're just settling in, trying to figure out if we're really gonna eat them or not. Good algae eaters. They don't get too big. They max out at about 3 inches, and typically they're always active and they're doing their thing. Very rare that they're aggressive, unlike some of the other algae eaters, like the Chinese algae eater and some of the Siamese. Continuing in the Southeast Asian motif, these are the green tiger barbs. They will color up a very bright metallic green with good red fins, and they're typically less aggressive than most of your normal tiger barb types. They do best in schools where they will bicker amongst themselves, where one solitary one might pick on other people in the tank. And yet even more Southeast Asia, these guys are the orange CHELA Danios. I've only seen these in books and magazines, so it's very cool to see them here in person. Kevin's doing a great job of acquiring new fish for us. Thank you, Kevin. Okay, everybody, it's time we got rid of some of these angels. We have a pile of them in. All of these are locally grown from our breeders. They've done a wonderful job, but we just have too many and we need to work on getting rid of them. We're going to drop their price by about 20%. So if you've been thinking about adding some angels to your community tank, come get some. We've got some for you. Okay, everybody, it's time for some peacock action. These are my favorite African cichlids. You don't get the name peacock for being ugly. This is just an inkling of the color they're going to get when they settle in and relax. We've got them in two different sizes this week. This is the $19.99 model. And then these down here are the $29.99 models. These are some leftovers from last week. They're actually starting to show better color now that they've settled in more. Okay, these guys are called rusties. They're in the Pseudotropius family coming out of Africa, Lake Malawi. They get to be fairly aggressive. You don't see them too often, especially not with this good a color. They'll end up getting a bright bluish purple across the belly. Good looking fish. Okay, everybody, last but not least, we finally got in a good shipment of Oscars. I know you've been asking for some. We got the albino rubies, and then we got the red and the tiger Oscars as well. These guys are pretty good size. They're almost 3 inches solid without tail. We don't measure tail. Good looking fish.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm very excited to show you the fish that I think are my top picks for this week. I'm gonna have 8 of them. They're very stellar fish. One of them was actually from a customer of ours. I really like showing you guys those fish because a lot of times they come in a lot bigger just because they've had them in their tank for so long. So that's where a lot of my big fish come from. But I'm really excited to show you, so let's go look. All right, guys, up first is this absolutely gorgeous yellow belly dogface puffer. This is the fish that came in from a very good customer of ours. This thing is beautiful. Not only does it have a bright gold yellow belly, it also has bright gold pectoral fins, a beautiful yellow tail fin, and if you were to be out swimming around, you'd see that his actual body is a little bit yellow as well. Dogface puffers do get very large. This one is not full grown yet. He is probably 5 to 6 inches right now, but he will probably double in size by the time he gets full grown. So you will need a very large tank. Now, puffers in general need a specific diet of things that have a harder shell like crab or clams on the half shell to help wear down that beak. This specimen in particular really likes crab clusters, which we do have for sale here, but I can't get in specimens that look like this. This one is a one-of-a-kind yellow belly. Pufferfish number 2, this is the porcupine puffer. They also get as large as the dogface, about 12 inches, so a foot long, so you will also need a big tank for this guy. Diet is very similar. Big meaty foods like our LRS Chunky that we sell here at the store, crab clusters, and clams on the half shell, again, to help wear down that ever-growing beak. Porcupine puffers have one of the best personalities of any pufferfish that you could possibly own. They do have those quills that will stick out if they were to expand, which is how they get the name porcupine puffer. Their eyes are that beautiful bluish teal green color. And like I said, if you want a fish that's going to swim right up to the glass and see you, and that's going to constantly be out and be active, the porcupine puffer would be perfect for you. Alright guys, this is the little white tail or white tip triggerfish. He might hide throughout the video, but this one right now is a little baby. I've never had one. I've never been able to get one in the store until now. And like I said, this one's maybe an inch. It's really tiny right now, but these guys will get fairly large, anywhere from 8 to 12 inches in size. Like I said, he's gonna hide. Let's see if I can get him to come out real quick so that we can keep talking about him. No.
Is he behind that one?
Are you behind the little one? Okay, he's Houdini. He disappeared. Oh, there he is. All right. Like I said, they do get anywhere from 8 to 12 inches, so a big tank is needed to house this guy. Their diet is very similar to all other triggers, big meaty foods. This guy right now is small, so he can eat little mysis shrimp and brine shrimp. And as well as the puffers, these guys do have those teeth and that will keep growing, so they do need to eat crab clusters and clams on the half shell to keep their beaks from growing very long as well. One of my personal favorite fairy wrasses of all time. This is the yellow flank fairy wrasse. Oh my god, look how freaking pretty he is. Y'all, this again, one of my favorites. This thing is beautiful. It's priced perfectly. You get yellows and oranges and purples and blues and pinks and reds with this guy. There's not a color this fairy wrasse does not have. One of the most beautiful in my opinion. Very reef safe, very friendly. Perfect for any type of reef aquarium, even smaller tanks like BioCubes, because this is about full grown for them. They're not going to get much bigger. I cannot stress this enough. This fish is absolutely perfect for any type of tank, even fish onlys. But it is peaceful, so we want to make sure that we only house really peaceful, more community type fish, but dang, this thing is pretty. Talk about tiny tanks. This is a little tiny Acantharus lineatus, a little baby clown tang. This thing is maybe an inch, maybe. It is the tiniest little clown tang I've ever seen. Now, even though this one's tiny right now, they can get over a foot long, 15 inches, max size for these guys. They are very big. Now, clown tangs are not for the beginner. They are definitely an expert level tang. Clown tangs in general don't do well in the aquarium world, so it does take a very established tank and a very knowledgeable fish keeper to be able to keep these guys alive. Also in the tank, we have a little tiny baby copperband butterfly. Now, butterflies are not hardy fish. Copperbands, though, are one of the, like I always say, quote unquote, hardy butterflies. Copperband butterflies are also fabulous at eating aptasia. So if you have an aptasia problem in your tank, come on in, grab a copperband butterfly. They do a great job of eating that. But both of these little tiny fish are very cute and can right now go in smaller tanks. But as they get older, we'll need larger tanks. But getting little babies in is really cute, and it's great for people looking to upgrade their tanks later. So I got two more triggers in today. One of them is this guy right here, the clown trigger. Now, as juveniles like this guy is, he's smallish, medium size. They're not super aggressive, but as they get older and fully mature, they will become one of the more aggressive triggers. Definitely a fish-only tank, as they will eat shrimp, crabs, and snails. They won't touch your coral, so even if you have a reef tank and you're not worried about losing some cleanup crew members, you could stick this guy in there. Just know he gets big and he will get a little bit mean. The other trigger I have in here is the Niger trigger, or the red tooth trigger. A beautiful deep eggplant purple in color. As they mature, their teeth will turn red, which is where they get the name, the red tooth trigger. He also gets big, 12 to 14 inches for this guy as well. So big tanks for these guys. The Niger trigger will also get to be pretty aggressive as well, and will eat your cleanup crew too. I would recommend keeping these guys in a more aggressive predatory fish-only tank. Their diet's going to be the same as most triggers, meaty foods, and also crabs, clam on the half shell to help wear down their teeth. But these are two stellar looking triggers that are very popular in the aquarium world for their patterns and their colors.
All right, guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your time. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. One more thing I want to touch on before we let you go for the day, and that's our December giveaway and food drive. We're doing it again this year. We're doing the drawing on December 31st, Anytime between now and then, all you have to do is come in and bring some non-perishable food items with you. You can do it every single day. We're going to give you 2 things. One, we're going to give you a raffle ticket to be entered to win this 120-gallon tank on a stand with a light. And we're also going to give you a coupon to come back and get 20% off of your next fish purchase, whether it be fresh or saltwater. So that's really awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys helping us give back to the community. Every bit of this is going to go to the Ronald McDonald House. And they really in the past have appreciated our donations. So once again, thank you so much. And hopefully Chuck will be back next week because I'm not as good at him as making these videos. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.